Bro? Is there anybody here? What's up, Suni? How you doing? Or Sunnet, sorry. You're catching a stream. That's what you wanted, right? You may have seen the new addition to our team. I was gonna say that I was gonna only do Unova Pokemon, but then I thought about it and I was like, you know, this experience Ended here. Thank you for the follow. This experience, it should be different than Black and White. Black and White is the, you know, everything Unova, great. This one adds everything from all over, so maybe I should broaden my horizons, even though I do want to play with Unova Pokemon. Enid. Bot check. What is your favorite Gen 2 Pokemon? This is a terrible Magnemite. Lower special attack, good on attack? No. I think you failed, Enid. You're not used to Twitch, no worries. It's all good. That wasn't for you, that was for the new chatter. I always have to keep my guard up on Twitch. Lots of people saying, do you want free viewers? And the answer is no. I want real viewers. Do I want art? There we go. All right. Bye, Enid. That is typical. So typical bot behavior is like they'll follow you. They immediately say, "Hey," to get you to say something, and you go, "Hey, how you doing?" They're like, "How you doing?" It's like, "Good," and then they will proceed to talk about nothing at all relevant to the stream, and then they'll try to offer you something. It'll be like, "Do you want free viewers? Do you want to buy something from me?" My definition of bot is not even a literal bot. Like, if you behave like one, I'm gonna do the same thing to you. If you're trying to scam me in any capacity, I'm just gonna do that. What's up, Sparsy? As you should, yeah. I mean, the thing, it sucks because when you're like a small streamer, like me, or people who don't even know that behavior, I worry about people who get caught up in it, you know? Botting for views is never the answer. What's up, Eon Kane? How you doing, man? I don't know what to get rid of for Leech Seed. I don't even know if it's worth getting rid of, getting rid of something for Leaf Seed. Because what's the base stats of the Snivy family? So they're neither attack or special attack. So I guess I'll just keep Tornado and get rid of Vine Whip. I want something not grass type as an attack. At dumb work? Sorry, bud. I'm thinking what I could do while the channel's growing health in my estimation, healthily enough at this point where I don't think I need to release a video every week, at least the bigger videos. But I was thinking, because I talked about it in the Discord, doing like easy challenge runs where I can play on like 4 times speed or 5 times speed, kind of like J Rose, but like maybe not, not copy him, but like do something like some kind of stipulation run where I use a team of whatever, a color, a pink color, green, or a certain type, like a gym leader challenge or something. And those I could make those videos in like 2 days maybe. And then the rest of the week I could just be playing whatever I want. Zelda, something for the channel in a normal like experience video. I was kind of thinking about that. Because I need and want to upload non-Pokemon content too. Because I'd like to play all sorts of stuff. I am tempted to get a Magnemite. Yeah, this is my full-time occupation. I had a lucrative job before this for several years, and then I also made money on investing. So now I'm treating this like a business. So currently I'm at a loss, like I'm losing money every month, but I had plenty of money. So I'm treating it like an investment. Like I'm treating it like a business and like an investment. Like currently I'm running at a loss, but every month it's getting better and better and better, like closer to breaking even. And which extends the potential. I've given myself enough money for a couple years without having to sell stock to live off of, to do this. And the higher average I make a month on YouTube and Patreon and YouTube memberships and stuff like that, the more that goes up, the more that, and you know, that war chest for running the channel expands. And then at some point I hope to profit. So everything's going great. It is growing very well. I'm very happy. I was worried just because I'm a worrywart in general, but like I'm happy. Again, I'm losing money, but I just have a confidence about this. Pokewalker only Heart Goals to Silver Run might be cool. That does sound cool. How early could I trade Pokewalker Pokemon over to, like, when are you allowed to interact with it in Heart Goals to Silver? I kind of forget. Let me go catch a Magnemite. I kind of want to do a Magnemite. Although there's other Unova Pokemon. There's like that electric bug Pokemon I like. There's that one that, you know what? I'm not gonna get a Magnemite. Never mind. I lied. I do know, by the way, I do know a fire type. I want to do Darumaka. So that's our fire type whenever I can find a Darumaka. I like that little thing. I think as soon as you get your starter Pokemon, you can already use the Pokebar to catch stuff. I did a Venonat solo run that way once. Okay. That sounds fun. And we all know from my Heart Gold to Silver video that you can catch tons of Pokemon on the Pokewalker, despite people claiming that they did nothing to fix the national decks or the Johto decks, which they did. Might be the first gym. Yeah, let me properly record. We're going to have a little bit of a rough time because we just have the Servine. because I don't want to train anything that I don't intend to have for the long haul. So I'm gonna put this Oranberry on. I do have an actual Pokewalker. Yep. I have both of them. If you watch the Heart Gold Soul Silver video, you could see both of them in there. I replaced one of the batteries and it worked. I didn't like use it for a run or anything though, and because I'll be honest, that was more of like a documenting video than it was like a full playthrough. Because if you notice in that video, I don't talk about my team or anything like that. But it sounds like a fun concept. That's not good. What do you think? Sorry. Looked up my documented Venonat run. You can use the Pokewalker as soon as you can deposit Pokemon on the PC. So as soon as you get the Pokeballs unlocked. Yeah, that sounds like a really fun idea. That video would take a little bit more effort than I'm thinking, because I would play it legitimately, meaning I can't speed up anything, and I would have to actually like walk. And then I feel like a fun thing about that video would be recording me going and doing something, or something like that, to get my steps, you know? A little bit bigger of a project than I'm thinking for right now. I think it's a great idea that I want to do in the future, because we all know I'm going to run out of Pokemon games to talk about eventually, whenever that day comes. What do I think of Pokemon Ranger? Can't remember if I talked to you about it before. I have no opinion of it because I've never played it. I feel like whenever it's brought up to me, people like it. This gym's cool, dude. 14 years ago, man, I was cringe. Why? Going into this gym solo grass. Good luck. I know. I know. I knew it would be difficult, but I'm very, like, I know I want a Darumaka, and I know an electric type that I want is probably going to be I was going to do Magnemite, and then Magnemite early on learned Sonic Boom, which would just, like, eviscerate early, and I know that, but how about this? Let's go catch one more Magnemite, and if it has good nature, I'll at least use it for the gym battle, because it's just, I've used Magnemite before, right? I do like trying to play with stuff I never used before. You should try it. There's a lot of content of it on YouTube. Of a Pokemon Ranger? Really? You put a whole Venonat run on GameFAQs? I don't know what it was, but that looked shiny for like 2 seconds, and I was like, I was waiting for a sparkle. For some reason, I think the shiny Elekid is like a little bit darker. That's a darker sprite than I'm used to. When my girlfriend gets here today, we're gonna get a bunch of snacks and we're gonna watch I'm gonna watch her play Fallout 3. I wonder if I could convince her to stream it, like, with me. I only have one. I have 2 mics, but I have an echoing issue, where like you would be hearing echoing, and I gotta figure that out, I think, before I try to do that. But I think it'd be really fun. I beat him, just trust me, bro. You ever looked into doing content like that, Sparcy? Level 35 Volcarona. First of all, I didn't know that was a thing. That's a thing in this game? The only thing is, like, yes, I want to use Volcarona. Yeah, of course I want to use a level 35 Volcarona. But I've never used a Darumaka. Are you kidding me? This is the second fucking... Okay, it's just not meant to be. This is the second adamant Magnemite I've caught. It's just not meant to be. This is the universe telling me not to play with Magnemite. Either's good, just in the game, the Volcarona is obtained early and not in the post-game like a Black and White 1. I only discovered that during lockdown. I think I saw it in this walkthrough I'm using from Bulbapedia too. So, and that's, you're talking about Volcarona, right? Like the fully evolved thing in that line. So let me, yeah, Volcarona. I saw it in the guide. I know what you're talking about. I mean, how do you just not use this thing? This is incredible. Great speed. Oh my god. I want to use it. Prefer to watch others and suggest ideas. Well, good for me. Then Sparcy, stick around. But are you in the Discord? You should be in the Discord. Because if I start going into the challenge territory, it doesn't have to be hard, by the way. I know I said challenge, but just like, they could be gimmick runs too. I like to call them, like, I was thinking of calling them bounty runs, almost like a user in chat says, use this and whatever. Maybe even donation runs. Then it would be a real bounty. It's like, you know, here's this, take this money, do this run. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, Wes, you know, now you ruined everything, because now I want to use it. But let me look up a Darumaka, whatever the evolved form is. So basically, I'm comparing Volcarona and the fully evolved form of Darumaka and seeing, like, I don't think it's going to compete with a pseudo-legendary, but... Oh, you know... I think I'm still going to stick with, what's his name? Darmanitan. Only because I've just never used it. I've used Volcarona before. I love it. You like my non... Oh, thank you, Sparsy. Thank you, man. That just made my day, dude. Thank you. Don't worry about it. Just, if you ever have ideas, just let me know. I'm open to them. Not everybody can be like Wes and Eon Kane, my loyal champions. Not to say that you're not loyal. That came out wrong. I love everybody. So stupid. I was gonna give you a chance, Magnemite. There's a lot of stuff I can get where I can also get Darumaka. Like there's Dwebble. I've never used a Dwebble before. Bug and Rock. Some other stuff, but let's go kick this gym leader's ass. After I talk to some more people. I caught a Magnemite in the complex and I was just fine. Here, I'll give you these so you can catch a Magnemite or something. It's funny because I thought of that too. I was like, you know, Magnemite's perfect against her. One, it has Sonic Boom, but two, I think Steel, it's resistant to poison, right? Did I make that up? So it does, Wes. Yeah, I was looking at its attack stat. It's absurd. It's 140. It's hard to pass up Volcarona though. Like I'm thinking about that now. I'm gonna stick with it. I'll catch the Volcarona, and maybe, you know what? Maybe the nature, dude. If the nature on Volcarona like makes too much sense, that's what we're doing. That's just what we're gonna do. Steel is immune to poison. Yeah, see, I know some Pokemon things because I was like, you know, I can get a Magnemite and just crush this chick. But what would it take to get all 8 though? Be a lot of walking. I mean, I guess it could, instead of me just trying to like, you know, because I like to work on one video and like just see it through to completion before I move on to the next thing. That could be a thing where I just like, I play it in bits and pieces so I can like, you know, get the Pokewalker steps up. Yeah, and I do technically have, I could do the event routes too. This isn't going well. Oh, I'm dead. Ah, good fight. I'm alive. Not for long, though. This isn't Gen 1 AI anymore. Okay. I think I have to use Magnemite if I want to get past her. Nuno, what's up? I thought about you, Nuno. Do you realize that after Generation 5, we're going to France? We're going to X and Y, dude. A dream Pokemon run would have been good. Maybe one day someone figures that out. A dream. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like from the dream world stuff. All right, we'll take this level 12 Magnemite. You love the green video? Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man. And thanks for the compliment on the hair. It does look good, right? Yeah, I had to clean up for a wedding, you know. Begrudgingly. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I wanted to. It's a good wedding. My uncle got very drunk, though, and I had to be his babysitter. That was not my favorite. Please don't mess up the French stuff. Like how? I would never. And that's, like, listen, I mess up the English stuff. You don't think I'm gonna mess up French stuff? Hold on, I need to get my notes a little bit in order. Okay. As long as I drop a croissant. Yeah, I'll just drop a croissant every few words and it'll be like, oh my god, he's speaking French. So authentic. What's up, Sacred? You did make it. Welcome. Grab a Mixolay from Pokemon Green and you're good to go. I'm gonna scum it. All right, my first attempt at the gym, right, guys? Ain't gonna cut it, bro. You gotta hit me more than that. Don't kill him! It's the first time you're seeing it? Yeah. Yep, that's right. Mud slap? I've been scammed! That guy outside the gym is he's working for her. I knew because he was wearing the punk coat. Dirty tactics. How many Pokemon does she have? Oh my god, she has a Venipede too. I can't do this. Challenge mode, damn you. Roxy playing you like a guitar. Played us like a fiddle. I'm gonna. Can I steal both of those for the script? I want a okay, so something came up recently. It's not a big deal, but like when I joke about, oh, I'm stealing that for the script, I think it doesn't play well in a video if you keep saying like, oh, I got this from this person, this person. Do you guys feel like it's fair if are you happy if as long as you hear it in the video? I know you didn't come up with the saying yourself, but I want you to feel like part of the process. So like, is it fine that it's just in the video at all and you know that it came from you, or like, does it need to be in the description? What do you guys like? The reason why that came up is because ironically it's the opposite situation. There's somebody who's been following me for a very long time, like pre 100 subs, and they always make really long content or comments, and I appreciate them. And I used to have more time to reply, but when you get bigger, it's harder, right? This person one time, like a few months ago, was upset because I missed one of their comments. And I just said, I was like, oh, I'll check it out, my bad, you know? Although there's not an expectation that I should have to read every comment or respond to every comment, right? And then they made one the other day when I asked about Black and White 2, and they just made a remark like, "But I know you're not going to mention me in the video anyway." And it's like, when did I ever make that promise? You know, if I ever make a post on YouTube that's like, "Hey, tell me guys what you think about it," do I read your comments and maybe it spurns my own conversation in the head, or like I get an idea? Sure, but I never like lift a thing you said or your opinion unedited or whatever, and I just put it in my script. So it's like, I don't need to credit that. Like, we're all just talking. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to like give you half the profit from the video or something. I got no problems. Me knowing is, as said, is good enough. You feel like it should be an inside joke? Okay. It's whatever, man. You don't have to cite Twitch chat. Okay. And I figured, but I just wanted to ask. Anyway, sorry. I'm wasting time. Okay. I think we need a little bit of a training montage because challenge mode is challenging. I can't just march in there with the Servine and expect good results. I am not adding Magnemite to the team thing because I don't want Magnemite. I think I want Electros. Electros are like, ooh, what's this? Audino? By the way, I did think about using an Audino. I was like, you know, everybody just sees this thing as a bag of experience. I was like, who takes the time to train this thing up and use it? Time to cut a check? Yeah. Over my dead body, dude. My videos are my babies. They're my children. I've got like 38 children. Interesting tidbit of information for the green version in Japanese. Farfetch'd name is a contraction of duck and onion. That's pretty cool. You know what would be cool, Nino? Is if I could find, because I'm sure, maybe I'm not sure, but like, you know, in the American names, there's like puns or there's like inside jokes, like Arbok and Ekans are snake and cobra backwards. You know, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno are uno, dos, tres for Spanish. I wonder in like German, French, Spanish versions of Pokemon, maybe I could make a video where I talk about all those puns and explain them, because obviously I wouldn't understand the joke, but that could be a fun video. Child support come knocking, yeah. All right, give me that sweet XP from a Magnemite. 1,000. Oh! Oh! One more. Give me one more level. Ooh, close. Oh my god, no, that's so funny. You'd love that video? Well, maybe you could help me with the French side of stuff. That I'd give credit for. If somebody like broke down all that stuff, that fair to me. Magnet Pole, god damn it. Okay. Let's try with level 15. Yeah, Sunnit. That's actually why I'm playing this right now, because I was going to take a break from Pokemon and do Wind Waker. But I saw that set was coming out, and I was like, you know, I'd really like to capitalize on that. Because I'm sure, you know, Gen 5 will be in the cultural zeitgeist yet again. And I could release this video. I was thinking releasing it on Friday, the day that the set comes out, but that seems way too ambitious. Like, unless the video was half as long as the black and white video, which I don't... If anything, it might be longer than that video, so I'm like, oh god. I don't know. I think even if it came out a week after the set released, it would still be like, people are still cracking packs and talking about it and stuff. Hopefully. Sonnet, what do you do for work, man? I know you're Dutch. Whenever I talk to a Dutch person, I just assume it's a 50% chance that they're an engineer. The only Dutch guys I know in America, both are engineers that work with my dad. You guys are just always building canals and shit. We talked, well, okay, maybe you didn't tell me, but I could tell from your name. PhD in AI at a hospital? That sounds like a great career. Wow. Congrats. In the Dutch language, you guys like to use like J's and stuff in places I'm not used to. So whenever I see it, I go, that's Dutch. It's like, I don't know how to speak other languages, but I can usually tell based on the letters used or the symbols. Like, I'm dating a girl of Korean heritage, and I was telling her how I can tell the difference between Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. And she's like, how? She's like, I can barely do that. And I was like, and I was explaining it. I was like, Koreans, in the Korean written language, they like to use a lot of O's and circles in their symbols. And they're like more... It's like small, medium, large. Japanese is small and really simple. Medium is like Korean, like a little bit bigger symbols and circles. They use a lot of circles. And then Chinese is extra large with a lot of shit going on. I was like, that's how I could tell. I've never heard an American pronounce the IJ sound correct. Did I do it in the video correctly? Because when I wanted to get your name so correct that when you told me that, I still went on and I was like, I think he's Dutch. I went on YouTube and I looked up a Dutch person saying what you wrote, and it was Martijn. And I didn't know if that linked up with what you requested. Because it could be Martijn or you said it was like wine, like Martijn? Is it Martijn? I totally get what you mean by recognizing the differences. I think I do the exact same thing. Right. I can kind of do it with like Thai and Lao as well. Thai is like a weird mix of like almost like cursive of Sanskrit. And then Lao in Vietnamese is like is like Chinese, but not. And that's as good of an explanation as you're gonna get. I'm gonna lose again. God damn it. Nobody talk about Roxy in the video. Don't talk about it in the comments. This doesn't leave the stream. Crack my neck. We're gonna need a montage. Servon, I can get another level up. And I think, what was it? Pekka Berry? Isn't that the one for poison? Yeah. Alright, alright. My gears are turning. We can get that one to Servine. I wasted all my Oran berries. So, for people who have been here before, how are you guys liking the stream quality? I did have to take it down, but it seems like the stream is much more stable. Which means I could probably stream more consistently now. But, I mean, are you guys fine? If the answer is no, I still want to know that. If it's kind of distractingly bad. Yeah. I'd still like to know. Because then I'm gonna have to figure out another way. I haven't tried the priority thing where I make my Ethernet priority higher than everybody else's in the house. I think my roommates would be cool with that too. They're really chill. Once every 10 minutes there's a 1 second lag. Okay. That's better than like how it was, honestly. In the 5th gen, how do you feel about the zooms back in the sprites? It was ugly in Gen 1. They fixed it now back in the zoomed in back sprites. No, do you mean like, do you mean how the camera does it ambiently? Like when you're just sitting there doing nothing, how it kind of zooms in and out? What do you mean? Does it feel like there's any lag? I more mean the quality. Like, are you fine with the quality? Not bad at all. Pokemon was never made to be 1080, at least not yet. Yeah. Eon Kane was talking about how like when I was trying to do 1080 on everything else, it was just overkill. So it does. Okay. All right. Cool. Then we're good. Then we're good. When does Magnemite evolve? I insist we're not using Magnemite after this. I insist. 30? Jeez. A natty Audino? Oh, what a treat. These are just wild? Hold on. As far as the guide, this is not supposed to be a natural encounter. So maybe just the second I walked onto that grass, it became a rustling grass. Not really on your Pokemon. The edges of the Pokemon is rough because they zoomed in and it's just upscaled the sprite. I'll be honest with you. I don't notice. I don't mind it. In fact, I have nothing but good things to say about the graphics coming from Black and White 1. Because they added like little terrain features like the grass ring around Audino that you can see right now. That looks great. For some reason, I feel like they did tweak either the pixels or the animations on like every Pokemon, because it just seems less chaotic and like they're just hopping for no reason, and it looks a little bit more natural. So I don't know if they slowed it down. I'm not confident enough to say that they absolutely did. I want another Audino. I switched in the Servine. It was just about to evolve, or not evolve, but level up. You actually went back and looked, Wes. So it must have been simultaneous. It's pretty wild. I don't think I've done that before. Because I didn't even hear it. You can hear it in the audio. There's a level for Servine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Unrelated, you should get a physical version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection. Physical version? What do you mean? You mean like on Switch? Why do I need that? To be quite honest, I could just emulate all of it. You know what I mean? Like, why do I need the, you know what I mean? Most of those games I paid for already, by the way. If we you know, if we're talking ethics. All right, let's try again. What's up, Che? no, but I'd like to. Just like I'd like to play more of the Personas. Every time I see Shin Megami Tensei on sale, I think the 5th one is on sale. It's only like 20% off though. Every time I see it, I'm like, I know I'd like that game. That is on the insurmountable list of things I would like to play. Yes. Because I like turn-based games like that. Well, lots of world championships, including 2005. A little bonus card. You can unlock everything from the beginning. You can rewind to avoid misclicks and manipulate packs. RNGs. The thing, that's the thing. I can do all of that via emulator as well. And I'm not like a big enough Yu-Gi-Oh channel or fan where like I'd care about the physical cards. You know, I know a few of my videos I show how like, oh, like I'm playing on my whatever. I really only do that for the Pokemon because I want to show that I'm doing the transfer features because I think it's important for Pokemon. And I'll be honest, like especially with modern gaming, I have no qualms with emulation. I just don't. If buying isn't owning, emulating ain't stealing. Shay's probably gonna hate me for that, given his work history. Pokedemonmon, for sure. It sounds like something I'd like, dude. For sure. Shay, do I have to have played all of them? Can I jump into Shin Megami Tensei 5 and be fine? Based. Well, there was a time where I was like, oh no, like you should pay for your games at the minimum. But that was like 15 years ago. Ever since the rise of like, oh, we'll just like, even on single player games, like we'll just shut down our own servers, or like we'll make it so you had to use our launcher, but then we'll kill our own launcher. And then your own games, you have to like basically break them open and like get mods and stuff to use your own games. Do you remember that era of every company thought they were going to be Steam, so they like made you use their launcher and like you had to set up a fucking account? Sorry, I'm getting myself lined up. That was the dark times. Somehow not as dark as modern times. No, just jump into 5, okay. Shay, I'd like to. I really would. I'm just at a point where like nothing I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing YouTube and everything like that, but I'm not playing like anything casually other than like a few hours. Like maybe you'll see me playing Europa Universalis 4 for a few hours maybe. But as far as like big games, start to finish, usually whatever I'm playing, like really playing, I'm playing for the channel. So like, I'm trying to find things that work well with, like I say, Pokemon adjacent. Like Zelda, I feel like there's some cross fandom there. Does it have a giant penis monster in every version? I think, yes, it does. Everyone should just get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Edition. Shay, do you mind? You don't have to say. What's your situation now? Because I know of all those cuts and stuff. And I'm sure there's stuff you can't say, but like, people think that their Xbox is going to just get out of the hardware market. And people say that, but also like, why would they be working with anybody to do the handheld? But then I guess you can argue that they worked with somebody else to do the handheld. They didn't make one themselves, so that's interesting. Aha, you fool! First try! Right? Chat. I just started to play with 100 line Last Defense Academy. Pretty fun so far. Still have my job. Good. Sigh, what are you doing losing, Roxy? Well, I guess that means you're strong. This stinks, but I gave you everything I had, and I feel revitalized and refreshed now. Here, proof that you beat me. One shot, yeah. That's a cool badge. Magnemite, yeah. And it's going in the PC. Our adamant Magnemite. Now Pokemon with level 30, even Pokemon you got in trades, will realize how good you are. Okay. I like how all Pokemon just respect that. Like, I was going to tell this new trainer to piss off, but then I saw you had 2 badges, and I was like, okay. Whoa, what is this? Hey, you. I felt like you were something special during the Battle with Roxy. Please come with me to... Pokemon Studios. That old man, I have to get back to work as captain. Okay. Oh, I labeled that wrong. I'm a silly goose. Time for 50 hours of Pokemon Superstar. Xbox knows that there will be a console market for the foreseeable future. The Xbox Everyone campaign wants to reach more off-console gamers. This is not an official statement. I got you. Well, in your own opinion, not representing the company, do you, because I've been hearing like that the Xbox division should just be a publisher, because the amount of titles that Xbox has now, that they have Blizzard and Activision and Bethesda, it's like some of the like the biggest games outside of Nintendo. Probably, if we're excluding anything Nintendo, probably the biggest games in the world. You guys want to know how sick in the head I am? Eon Kane's gonna love this. Wes will too. I was curious about this Todd Howard fandom and benevolent love for him. So I went to the Internet Historian's Fall of 76 video with 38 million views. And I was wondering if he's getting comments like I am, and he is. Like, if you go to new comments on the Fall of 76, there's people like, this video didn't age well because now Fallout 76 is fixed. It's like, congratulations, your game got fixed 7 years later. Does that mean that it wasn't a complete disaster when it launched at full price? Like that, I'm getting myself spun up. Usually I leave it to you guys to spin me up, but I'm spinning myself up today. Goodbye, Magnemite. Dastardly Watchhog. Looking up where to go next. Not so much like it's just what I can catch next. You better see Magnemite Pokemon Home someday. So Wes, that's I wish that there had been more people who were like wanted the Pokemon from the runs. Because I would have done that. Like if somebody's like, hey, can you give me so and so from that run you did on stream? I'd do it. We're playing with legit stuff. Why not? And I'll be honest, like unless I did a Nuzlocke and I felt really attached to something. Basically the only things I hold on to are things that like I put a lot of time into, either training, like EV training, or shiny hunting, or like event Pokemon that you can't get anymore or something like that. Everything else, like I have a living dex and I complete that every time a new game comes out. I just like catch all the new stuff. Other than that, like I'll give people stuff. Like if you want that Magnemite, I'll give you that Magnemite. And you can have a little channel history. So, that I'm sending the Mons up. No, the ones that I'm sending up are like the Mount Battle Ho-Oh and Kintamago, and it's because they're almost mascots for like channel history, but also they're mascots for transferring. So whenever I talk about transfer features from like from Gen 5 to X and Y, that's why you always see them, because those are the ones I keep sending up. To be honest, there's like outside of them, there's like nothing I think I've added the legendary dogs because those are special event Pokemon from the DS era that I would like in home because I never got them back in the day. So I'm doing that kind of stuff, but no, not every team. Now, I don't think I've restarted any game that you've seen on the channel that was done on a physical game. So I could go back to the Fire Red and Leaf Green video and the Emerald video and the Ruby Sapphire video, and I could send stuff all the way up if anybody wanted those. You can jump into any SMT. The callback to any game is very minor, but each game in this series has vastly different quality narratives. Wes, really it's the memories come from the video. Like that gives me the memories, so it's like it's not really needing the Pokemon. Let me record here. Which do I started to feel bad or lazy? I'll tell you, no, in this journey of replaying all of them, I feel that the one that was like felt pretty lackluster so far was Diamond and Pearl. Although it wasn't bad enough to say it's like they're bad games. Like, nah, not really. Gen 5 has been incredible. I love Gen 5. But I knew that going in, even though my opinions are subject to change, right? As of now, before I replay them, I remember liking Gen 6, not thinking it was great. If I were to call Gen 5 the pinnacle, I would call Gen 6 a step back. But does that mean it's bad? No. Like a few steps behind the best games in the series, in my opinion, it doesn't mean they're bad games. Where I really don't like Pokemon is Gen 7. And it's more as a video game because I like the location. Hawaii's cool. I like the design. I like the graphics. There's a lot I like about it. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a video game. And I find the Gen 7 games to be insufferable. Anyway, Gen 5. We're talking Gen 5. Yes, Wes, I will do that for you for sure, man. I'll give you Penguin. I might do that while my girlfriend is playing Fallout 3 today. I'll start sending Penguin up. Because you don't need to wait on Penguin either. I can probably give that to you like tomorrow. Just need to get your friend code and stuff. You don't need to be from America though. Like, I had some fun with that in the video, but like, it's not like the whole time I'm thinking it, like, yeah, this is like, I'm not even from New York. And if you're from America, like, we're I don't want to speak for everybody. Like, Americans do like America, but we're also like regionally, like, you know, like I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I like my area of America more than any other area of America. And New York, it's like, it's different. It's a different culture, right? Like, I'm sure the south of France is very much different than Paris or Brittany, you know? I think Gen 5 is good. Like, doesn't matter where it's based. Regionally close-minded. What I think is, okay. I've seen reels of this before where it's like Americans will argue with each other. I hate your politics. I hate where you're from. Blah 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 blah. But the moment a non-American's like, yeah, screw America, then all Americans are like, hey. It's almost like only I can make fun of my brother kind of thing. World War II champs back to back. Look at the crowd. They're not having fun. Because you made some good points in the video that made me want to replay, so I don't know why I did not click with them. Well, thank you. You should give them a replay. And I know you were joking, but like it's just it being inspired by America is like the least of why it's good. It's good because I think it's an awesome it's an awesome unique experience that was never done before or since, where you're getting, you know, never done before after Generation 1, where you're getting an entire new Pokedex to play with, which sets up huge replayability in my opinion. Things I'll never be able to argue are designs. That's subjective. You can't tell somebody to like a design. I like them. I do have what I believe is a more objective argument where the claim that, oh, this just copies Gen 1, this is that. That's, to me, that's easily refutable. Every generation after Gen 1 has a thing that like kind of refers to Gen 1 or does a thing like Gen 1. Every generation does. So I don't know why Gen 5 got this like stigma about it where it was like, it just did this and that. It's like, to some degree it does. It is kind of a reboot. It is trying to like harken back to Gen 1, right? But on that basis alone, like, 1, is that terrible? 2, is that different than any other generation before it? If you're gonna have some time after finishing the game, you should try to Pokestar Studio movies. Some challenges are fun. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think when I asked people what they think of this, they said they didn't like it. I don't remember it, so I don't have a positive or negative opinion yet. It might be something I do off stream. What I'll try to do is I'll try to get it. I want to have an opinion of it for the video, so I want to give it a fair shot. No. What I also would inform you of is like, if you don't like Black and White because you feel like it's restrictive on having to use new Pokemon, play Black and White 2. Because Black and White 2 gives you Pokemon from every generation during your journey. Like you saw a Magnemite in Magby and Elekid. Like those are really cool, but Riolu, or however you say it, Riolu. I just found it tedious. Again, my opinion as a kid might have been different, but generally I've not enjoyed any side attraction in Pokemon games since Pokathlon. What I will say is I already don't like how I feel like every time they do a side attraction in these games, they do really good design wise by telling you if you walk into that building, then you're gonna we're gonna teach you how to do this thing. This is pulling me away from the game to do a side attraction, which I don't like. Does that mean that the Pokemon Studios is bad? No. Like I wonder, can I leave right now? I can't leave right now. I don't like that. I don't think you should force players to do side things. Like, just that first scene in the other building where we saw the movie, that should be enough to say, hey player, would you like to make these movies? If so, go to that building. But after that, it should have just let me go and play. Because then you can just check, hey player, would you like to do this thing? You go, oh, a movie thing? No thanks. And the game is basically telling me right, like, no, you're gonna do it. Like, who do I talk to? This guy, like, why do I have to talk to everybody in this? I don't know. Oh, you don't have enough Pokemon. Okay, so I guess I'll use rental. You have to go to the other building? No, I already went to the other building. The other building is where they show you the film, and then they march you to the second building to make a film, like this. And you cannot leave unless you do it. That is cool, Wes. I am a proponent of side things. I've long argued at this point that I do think there should be other things for your Pokemon to do. First and foremost, I think it should be battling. Just like make sure you always do battling good, because that's what these games are. But then have side things that are fun for players. And I've actually argued that it would actually make so many more Pokemon relevant. Like, say there's a Pokemon with terrible base stats as a fully evolved Pokemon. Make a side thing for Pokemon like that where they get to be good at something, right? Because then people whose favorite Pokemon might be like a Sunflora, which would normally be terrible. Give them something that like makes their favorite Pokemon like be good at something, you know? What's up, love yourself? How was your stream, man? How you been, man? Trying to be cool like me? Dude, you're way cooler than me. I saw you were doing a Nuzlocke. How's that going? I was actually thinking of starting to... Because I want to be able to produce, like, 2-week-long videos, like the longer ones I do. But I want to try to upload every week. So I was thinking of doing some kind of challenge video. And I don't know if you know the YouTuber J-Rose, but he does like, you know, can I beat this game with 1 Pokemon runs? And he plays on like a bazillion speed and whatever. I could probably do that in like 2 days. So maybe like Sunday, Monday, I work on a video like that, upload it later in the week. But then the rest of that week and into the next week, I could be making and playing a bigger video. It's kind of what I was thinking. Nuzlockes are harder. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. I'm scared to do them. I'm also like, I don't know if I've already just missed the boat on Nuzlockes. Because like, I would want to do casual Nuzlockes. Like, meaning, you know, Nuzlocke rules, but no randomizer and like red and blue. And almost work my way back up on Nuzlockes. Go from red and blue all the way up to Scarlet Violet. I'm not that good. A Nuzlocke rando has had me on my toes a few times already. Yeah. See, but I could do everything. I could do it all. Like I could go, let's start with a normal Nuzlocke, you know, no rando. And then if I ever get a little bit of a people who like those videos, we can add things. You know, we could go back, add a randomizer. There's ROM hacks. I could do ROM hack videos. Okay, can I play the game now? I'm doing very casual and play on Leaf Green. Nice, dude. Are you just streaming it or are you gonna make a video out of it? By the way, everybody, welcome to Love Yourself. He makes very good human content. I'm the dick and fart jokes guy. he makes more content that could help people. Should be recording this. You're just streaming it? Okay. What, y'all want to go? Yeah, I do think I could beat you. I just beat Roxy in one try. Of course I could beat you, dude. What do you think is your next video? Let's hear it. For me, I'm working on the Black and White 2 video. All right, no, see you, man. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Randos are crazy, though. You should try it. Finish up Entei with an old rod. So on those, are the catch rates still crazy? So was Entei hard to catch? Salut la gars à la prochaine. If I'd lost my precious Pokemon, it would have been taken. Thanks, you too. Use this. Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, lady. About your cabin? That's cool. I like that. Do you have property? Oh, I'm jealous, man. I want to live in a cabin. Oh, if I could stream or game from a cabin out in the wilderness, you know how much I'd kill for that? I like cozy gaming environments. One time my grandma let me build a tree house and she was like, you know, she's a woman of the 40s and she was like, what are you doing up there? I was like, gaming. She's like, you could do that inside. I was like, yeah, I want to play. I think I was playing like gold version when I was little. I was like, I want to play gold version up in a tree. What's the big deal? Oh, gosh. I do have property, built a little A-frame on 30 acres in the woods. You'll be able to see by next week when the video is. Hell yeah. I'm definitely going to watch that video. I mean, I've seen a lot of your videos since we met. met. You're Virginia. Where are you from again? Tennessee? I think you said Tennessee. If I ever leave Washington, I'd want to go to another non-state income tax state, and where I can buy land for not a crazy amount of money. That's the only thing, though, is like all my family's in Washington. Washington is a beautiful state, and there's like nothing here trying to kill you. Michigan, okay, my bad. Yeah, it's definitely doable in Michigan, right? Unfortunately, I think I have to catch an HM user because I don't want to teach Servine cut. Gonna be waiting a while, I know. The bubble to pop, I know. That's the thing, the bubble never pops when people want it to. So it's okay. I have 1 or 2 positions in stock that are more than just like healthy growth. They're a little bit more risky, but so far the risk is paying off. And one day I wake up and bada bing, bada boom, you know? All right, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I always love talking with you. Good luck with the videos. Excited to see it next week. All right, we caught one of my arch rivals. You got yours for 141? Yeah, you shouldn't have even told me that. Now I'm upset. You shouldn't have even told me. Just lie to me. You mean you got it for 400,000, right? Like me? In Washington State, you could buy a like 1.5 bed, half bath for like 400,000. Oh, it's still playing the plasma music, so I guess we're chasing them somewhere. Hold on, I want to kill this Audino. I see you lurking. Level 3. Oh, we're gonna get like nothing for this. You can probably sell for that much, to be honest. Yeah. What that happened over what, 4 or 5 years? You bought it at the like perfect time. Let me get... I want to get these, I wanted to get these, like, environmental effects for the video. Because I feel like they're using them more. Now, in the first games... They kind of used them in the very beginning, and I thought they were going to use them throughout the game, and they kind of didn't, because on like Route 1 or 2, you could see like the leaves flowing in summer, and I was like, oh, are all the routes going to have this? And it wasn't really like that. They stopped using them a little bit after that. Yeah, it's kind of... My girlfriend insists, she's like, oh, I don't care about if we ever own a house or whatever. And I was like, I do. I want to own a house. I want my own property. I want to own a house. It's one of the ways you can also like uplift yourself, because rent, you're literally just burning money, you know? If you could instead of have rent but a mortgage, you're like investing in yourself. And that could be turned into, you could sell the house, and then you could keep advancing your life, you know? I don't know what the remedy is. I've always thought that like just maybe just family homes should not be allowed for, you know, but I also think you should be able to buy like 1 or 2 houses to support yourself, you know, if you're getting older and older and you want some passive income. But like I'm saying like BlackRock, you know what I mean? I just don't know that it should be a market. Like, but I don't know. I'm not an economist, so that might be like awful for an economy if you don't allow investment from even big corporations. I don't know. Eon, I daydream of that. I daydream of being able to just buy a house straight up, not having a mortgage, but also not paying rent. Literally just paying taxes in my case. And yes, all the video gaming I could be doing instead of paying rent. Corporations are evil, though. I'm not that naive. Like, if you like stocks and you want to invest, you can't, I don't know, you can't subscribe to like they're evil. It's like, nah, they got their place, man. They do generate wealth. It's like, corporations are evil. My meta stock has done well over the years. Invent time machine, yeah. Sheep viewers. Oh my gosh. What? Twitch should pay me because I do this little report feature, and it's annoying because they force you to write a comment. They won't just let me report something. I have to, so now I have to submit this, and then they're gonna annoy me with an email. Give it a sec. That was the email. And it's like, I feel like that's a lot of work and that Twitch should pay me to fix their platform for them. Once in a lifetime offer by Hazard, yeah. I just, what makes me feel bad about that is people who are just starting to stream and they're naive, and you know, it's lonely when you stream. When you're new to everything, it's lonely, man. You're just like putting yourself out there into a void, and people get desperate. The answer is never fake anything. Fake viewers and subs and likes. Never do it. Never do it. Twitch would rather update the mobile app negatively and add more bad ads. Right, but then also remember that Twitch can take all bot interactions and just pretend that they're real interactions. All of them do it, by the way. Meta, Twitter did it. YouTube does it. Yeah, they all love bots. When you're wondering, like, how can they not solve this? Why aren't they getting rid of the bots? It's because they go to advertisers and they say, look at how many interactions we're getting. And the advertisers go, wow, that's the reach on our new product could be so huge. And they're just like, fuck, idiots. Half of these are bots. They're not even real. Oh, great. Now my real Pokemon is asleep. I don't know if there's any American weapons enthusiasts, but I did purchase weapons today. I bought a couple guns. I have to wait to get them though. I bought a Glock 19 and an AR-15. Weapons are too American for you. You're good. I'm not trying to debate or nothing. Sounds cool though. If you were like from here, it probably you just like anyway. No, I don't. It's okay that you're not into him or you don't get it. I totally understand. I never. Does anybody ever use the X stat stuff? I know speedrunners use them, but I mean like casually. Casually, do you ever use them? It's just that I cannot imagine owning a weapon here in the Netherlands. Yeah, like what? Only Eastern Europe and like Switzerland people typically have guns. I think in the UK you can have like single action hunting rifles or something. What are you talking about, Sparcy? Oh, I was talking about the X status. Never mind. Sorry about that. Oh, really, Eon? Okay. What do you guys think of the addition section to Unova? I happen to like it. I think it's cool. I would have been fine with just coming back to Unova anyway, because it's fine. You know, it's changed a little bit over the past couple years, but getting even more added to it's pretty cool. Whoa. Look at that. It's much bigger than I'd heard, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to find Team Plasma no matter where they run. That's a strange ship, a sailing ship in this day and age. The USS Constitution? I bet that's what this is inspired from. Okay, what does our guide say? How soon can I go? Okay, the sewers, I can catch a Grimer. Okay. Grimer, Zubat, Rattata. Not far south is a stairway leading to an empty lot. This is a tiny park of ring and dark small grass, miracle seed. Okay. Stories take you to the sewers. Can I sneak north? Eevee feels a little bit like, I mean, I can use that in like any game. I'm playing white too, so there's Skitty, Petalil. There's Lopunnies, which I could use a Lopunny and troll some people, troll the furries that get upset when I talk about it. Oh god, that's so funny. That'll never not be funny. Goated Mon, yeah. It's the Castelia Harley Quinn hunt. It's giving me a bicycle, okay. Have you ever seen the Batman Joker meme with Lopunny? No. What are you talking about? Send it in the Discord. I'm gonna see if I can sneak north. This again. This guy can't stop losing his glasses. Come on. Let me go to the desert resort, please. Thank you, Bianca. Oh, it did. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, this is great. Okay, I can get a Darumaka. I can get a Trubbish? And a Scraggy. Oh, wait. No, this is black too. What about white too? I can't get a Trubbish. I can get a Scraggy though. What is Scraggy? He's just dark or dark fighting? Dark fighting. Now that... Oh, and first encounter at 5%? Okay. Look, you want to be on the team? I can get you on the team. I'm the guy to talk to if you want to get on this team. Static low-level Braviary and the hidden ability spawns every Monday. Okay, so girlfriend's coming over today. Okay. It's Friday. I think I'd have to wait too long for Braviary. I could go back and get it, though. That might be it, because I should have used it in that first playthrough. I might go back for Braviary. Get in that ball. Okay. I'll throw a great ball. I don't want the sand to kill him. Wes, the other one is Mandibuzz, right? Because I have to sometimes speak in terms of the other version too, because if I just say Braviary, somebody would be like, oh, what about Mandibuzz? So I just have a little section that says low-level static Pokemon like Volcarona or Braviary or Mandibuzz, right? Make sure it has Moxie, okay. Let's check. Shed Skin. Well, this one sucks ass anyway, because special attack it. Damn it. Alright. What is Shed Shell? We're not going to use this one. Useless. Perfect, Wes. Thank you. A tough discarded Carapace to be held by a Pokemon. It enables the holder to switch with a waiting Pokemon in battle. Does this mean like all the stats would like be kept? How hard is it to get, is it like, what's the rate, Wes, on getting one with Moxie? Oh, there's Scraggies at 10%. Let's get a Darumaka here. And can I go to the Desert Resort? Oh, I can't. Okay, okay. That's fine. I see, Wes. Okay. You assume it's 50-50. Are you but you know that you can get one with Moxie, though? I just don't want to spend that time if it's not actually possible. I used Scraggy in White 1 a few years back with Moxie. Caught it in the same location. Okay. Thank you. Impish. Oh, that's great. We're keeping this. Okay. There we go. There's the second one. Don't mind that image. There we go. I'm gonna go heal, and we will add a Scraggy too, because I've never used a Scraggy before. After we get rid of this first one. Unless this is a Scraggy. Can I one-shot this? Free XP? So hot. There's a name raider here, right? Castelia City, the metal office building. I think I want to name this thing Gimli. What do you think, Wes? We're doing Lord of the Rings characters, specifically anything from the movies, not like Silmarillion or anything like that. Gen 5 for me has the worst batch of water types. If you don't pick the water starter, I struggle to find a water type I'm happy with. Settled on the road in the end. I like that Seismitoad. Oh, is that what you're saying? Yeah, Seismitoad is sick. Yeah, I don't love those two fish Pokemon. Or I think they're the same thing. The red and blue little fish. I don't like those. I don't think I mean, I knew what you meant. Yeah, the toad is cool. You might be right on that. Let's look it up. Yeah, Pampor I could do without. I like Temple. Tortuga's cool. I wonder how soon I can get those fossils. I bet it's in the Ducklet in Swana, yeah. Frillish. Frillish is cool. I don't know. I like them. So far. Yeah. I don't mind them too bad. I think the jellyfish design is kind of weird. But I don't mind it as like a typing. Jellyfish like the Pringle guy. He does. That is funny. You're correct. Darumaka is a female. But I still call it Gimli because female dwarves still have beards. Ugh. I think Gimli's just spelled like that. Fossils are in the post game. I don't like that. Hey Wes, something came up IRL, so I have to get off. It was gonna be a short stream today anyway. So thanks for stopping by, Wes, and I think I'll be back on maybe Monday. But yeah, anybody else who's out there, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys probably Monday. Maybe sooner, maybe Sunday afternoon. But yeah, and we'll pick up where we left off. I might catch Scraggy off screen and do some other stuff, but that's about it. Thank you for hanging out, Summit. I'm glad you showed up, man. All right, guys.